Good evening, guys. Welcome to Red Devil Digest. Um, this has been a very interesting 24 hours. Anyone who's been watching my videos 4 or 5 days ago knows that I broke the rift between Jason Wilcox. I'm not saying I'm the first YouTuber that did it before anyone else. Again, I do have someone. He's not someone particularly high up. But someone within the club. It's a very well-known fact. And what I'm going to do tonight in about 4 or 5 minutes, so stay with me, is I'm just going to read it out. I'm going to read it word for word, the back and forth conversation, so that maybe hopefully you believe it a bit more, and just to show how deep the actual rift is. So let me be clear from the start. I have to cover my back. None of this has been officially confirmed, but when you connect the dots, it's a very clear picture. The key names here are Jason Wilcox, Ruben Amorim, and Omar Barada, as well as Ineos. And the issue, from what's being reported, goes all the way back to before Amorim was even appointed. This isn't a sudden disagreement. It's been building for months and months and months. From everything I've read, Wilcox originally said no to Ruben Amorim. Dan Ashworth, who has now left the club and is apparently one of the reasons he's left the club, which has been reported by Sky and BBC, also said no. The concern was Amorim's system specifically. The three at the back and how much investment it would need to work in the Premier League. Bearing in mind Ten Hag had already spent quite a bit of money on Yoro and De Ligt. Those concerns were raised as early as summer 24 before Ten Hag was even sacked. Wilcox, blah, 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 I've read that. Despite these objections, Amorim was pushed through by Barada, who kind of felt that he would deal with it. The reports suggest Omar Barada forced the appointment, potentially, with assurances given to Amorim about backing power and control. That's important because if those promises were made and then quietly rolled back, you can see where the tension from Amorim starts. However, Ben Jacobs and Fabrizio Romano have both confirmed tonight that Ruben Amorim signed a contract that said head coach, not manager. And we all know in this game, it's like the Harry Kane, the handman shake deal. It doesn't exist. You sign what you sign. Where times get really interesting is Amorim was brought in as a head coach, but it looks like he wants more now. More authority, more control, and more say. From the outside, he's starting to give up what people within the club are describing as Maresca energy. A coach who feels boxed in by a structure he didn't fully agree with. Now this is key. Meanwhile, Wilcox reportedly doesn't rate the system, doesn't want to invest in January any further, and has been pushing Amorim to adapt specifically to the back four, and Amorim doesn't want to. Now we can see this because in today's game, the first half was shocking. And all of a sudden, Yoro came off, Xerxes came on, back four, Casemiro's winning the ball. Agati was a disaster, was winning the ball, giving it to Xerxes. Xerxes sets up Cunha, and 3-4 minutes later, picks up the ball again, blasts it across, and sets it across to Sesko. So that's what Jason Wilcox was brought in prior to Amorim, and he's brought in to design the players and bring the players in. That's what he's renowned for. Whether you agree or you don't agree, that's what he was brought in for. Now, what we're going to do is we're just going to listen to the last, I think it's a minute of the press conference. Stay. It's really interesting. If you've not seen it, stay. I'm also going to follow up on this. So do give us a like. Do give us a subscribe so you'll get the video tomorrow. So once I get a little bit of feedback of what actually happened at the meeting, it's not going to be loads. I'm not some big insider source, but I will then I've been working on this all night. That's why I've not done any player ratings, match reviews, or anything. Then I'm going to do another video explaining it. But right now, let's just have a look at the last minute of the conference. And if you haven't seen it, it's pretty explosive.
Even in difficult moments this season, you're always very upbeat. Obviously, just on Friday, you look pretty downbeat. Obviously, talking about transfers and things. Can I just ask you, is nothing's changed? You still feel very much that confidence from the ball and everything?
Guys, to stop with that, and I noticed that you receive selective information about everything. I came here to be the manager of Manchester United, not to be the coach of Manchester United. And that is clear. I know that my name is not Tuchel, it's not Conte, it's not Mourinho, but I'm the manager of Manchester United. And it's going to be like this for 18 months, or when the board decided to change. So that was my point. I want to finish with that. I'm not going to quit. I will do my job until other guy is coming here to replace me.
Do you feel that maybe certain assurances around things about the ability to manage this team that you thought you had? Do you not feel that?
I just want to say that I'm going to be the manager of this team, not just the coach. And I was really clear on that. And that is going to finish in 18 months. And then everyone is going to move on. That was the deal. That is my job, not to be a coach. If people cannot handle the Gary Nevilles and the criticisms of everything, we need to change the club. No, guys, I just want to say that I came here to be the manager of Manchester United, not to be the coach. And every department, the scouting department, the sport director needs to do their job. I will do mine for 18 months, and then we move on.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. Last question for James.
So my take on that is he's saying basically he's not signing again, which I think most fans don't want him to. And he's basically backing the board into the corner. He said the sporting director, which is Jason Wilcox, he needs to do his job, and he will do his job, but he is the manager. Now, in the old-fashioned way of things, the manager came above the sporting director. In the modern day of football, the sporting director is... the sporting director is... So I've just got something in here that tomorrow there will be a lunch between Jim Ratcliffe, Omar Barada and Jason Wilcox. I have no idea if that's confirmed. Do not take that as confirmed. But that press conference I felt was quite explosive. Let me know what you think. I don't think this is media noise because it's two media conferences he's gone in. And honestly, guys, subscribe if you want to hear more. Tomorrow I'm going to try and do 2, but I do have a full-time job. I'm going to follow up on this once I know what happened. And then I'm also going to do the disaster that has been the month of December, because what people are, even though people are sat there going, we're 5th in the league, it's not that bad. We've played all the easier teams. And now our next few games are really quite difficult. So, thank you. Like and subscribe. Listen, it's really hard at the beginning, so if you can share it with people or anything like that, or if you fancy appearing on the show as well, that'd be cool. Please share it, like, subscribe, leave a comment. Who do you think's winning? Jason Wilcox or Ruben Amorim? Bye-bye.